Hello, people. What is going on? Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. West Ham United have got a point at Old Trafford. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? How do you like them apples, Manchester United fans, who thought he was going to give us a kicking tonight? It wasn't to be, but there was one man tonight that was absolutely superb. Yeah, I think he's arrived. He looked the fucking real deal. Magassa, baby. The French kid was absolutely outstanding. Yeah. As they say, a mortal comeback, flawless victory. You know what I mean? He was fucking mustard. Manchester United won, West Ham won. And I'm going to be honest, I'm absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing, vibing, fucking loving that, because I felt like West Ham deserved something at that game. They really did. There's so many good performances tonight. There's so many iffy performances tonight. Nuno, I nearly could have strangled Nuno when he was mucking about the substitutions with Kante and Irving. But it's a start. It's a start. What we've got to do, we've got to maintain this. We have got to stay close to Leeds United, because we're in a relegation battle. It's us against Leeds. Simple as that. No one else comes close. And all we've got to do is make sure we better their results. Now, tonight, we got a point. It's a good point. It's a good point, and it's a point that we thoroughly deserved. We really do. I thought tonight that we defended pretty good tonight. Tadibo was good. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was rolling back the fucking years tonight. Absolute rolling back the years. Superb performance. Right, can't fault him in any way, shape, or form. Freddie Potts, excellent. Matheus Fernandes, not too good today. Not too good. Done okay towards the back end of the game, but he was a bit quiet throughout the game. But you know what? That's a good point. That's an extremely good point in a situation where we need points. Now, if we play like that from now to the end of the season, we'll stay up. It's that simple. Like, the mathematics on it are that easy. We play like that consistently, we will stay up. We will stay up. And I am so happy. Right, let's get into the game. First half, I thought we come in at 0-0. Man United didn't really do a lot. Aaron Wan-Bissaka cleared that chance off the line in the first half. And, you know, that's all they really had. We had half-ish moments, but nothing major in the first half, yeah? Getting in at half-time 0-0, I even said, I put a tweet out saying, keep working hard, lads. Like, Man United are there. Man United are there for the taking, right? We concede a goal, which takes a ricochet. It falls to Darlow, and he just puts it in the bottom corner. Like, it's not a well-worked goal. It's a lucky goal, really. Yeah. And I was screaming at Nuno tonight. I was like, Nuno, what are you trying to do here, right? Are you trying to win this game? Or are you trying not to lose this game? Or are you trying to just contain the scoreline down? And then he makes the subs, right? But he doesn't make the subs. Then he makes the subs. And then as soon as the subs come on, the corner comes in. And there's the boy. There's the fucking boy. The French fucking wonder kid, right? Magassa. What a player. Everywhere tonight. And I'm not over dramatizing it. I'm not. And please hear me, I'm not over dramatizing it. This kid was fucking everywhere, right? I mean, like, he was like a sat nav tonight, right? Like, he put in his location and he was there in an instant. Do you know what I mean? He was absolutely superb. Tackling, awareness, breaking the play up, driving the ball forward, scores the goal that wins us the point. He has another chance that goes just past the post. Fuck me, he was absolutely mustard, right? And if we can get Magassa, Potts, and Fernandes cooking, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And I am worried about West Ham. I am. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I am concerned that we're not cut adrift too much by the time we get to January, because January's massive for us. We need reinforcements. We need attacking options. Now, tonight, Bowen, I thought, got better as the game went on. I thought Souček was poor. I thought Juve wasn't the same player. I thought Juve was poor. I thought Callum Wilson wasn't in the game. But nevertheless, we was in the game. We stayed in the game. And we got something from the game. And that's the main thing tonight, is that we got something out of this game. right? We can't keep letting teams just turn up and roll us over. And this is the problem with West Ham that I've got currently right now. This is the major problem that I've got, is that for me, Sunday to tonight, night and day. Night and day. And what difference is that from Sunday to today? One man, Lucas Paqueta. This is where the problem is. Lucas Paqueta is a luxury player, and we're not in a luxury situation currently right now. We're in a fight or flight mode situation. We need results now. And the players tonight deserve something out of that game. If West Ham, and I was on the watch along earlier, and I'm going to say this, I was sitting there and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say on this afterthought, because for me, West Ham deserve something out of this game, right? And they done it for me tonight, and they done it for us as West Ham fans tonight. They needed to deliver something, right? And a point at Old Trafford is a good point, right? It is a good point. And I'm over the moon with that. I really am. Now we've got to build on that, go to the Amex on Sunday and try and get points. Yeah, whether it's a point or whatever. We've just got to grind this through till January. And then David Sullivan, you've got to get your fucking wallet out, mate. You've got to get your fucking wallet out. You've got to get your fucking checkbook out. Your fucking banking app out. You've got to get everything out, right? Because we need help. We seriously need help tonight. We really do. And we need help in January, and we need help moving forward. It is a concern that we haven't got the personnel, but we're just going to have to roll with it. We're just going to have to roll with it at the end of the day. Let's get to this comment quickly. Chuck your comments and I'll read them out. Anyone who wants to come on, the link's in the chat. Come on. We would have won if we had Paqueta. He would have created nothing all game, James. The keeper made no saves. Let's real. Paqueta's quality. He may have won us the game. Won us that game. Whatever you say, mate. Whatever you fucking say. Well, I disagree. Do you know what I mean? I think he's being sarcastic there. I hope he is anyway. Well done, boys. Great shift tonight. I completely agree on that. I completely agree. Paul Smith. Let's get to Paul Smith's comment. Great effort from every player tonight. Put in a 90-minute shift. First time I've seen that for years. For years. I think the midfield might be sorted out. I am going to shout out Frederick Potts tonight. I thought he was excellent tonight. Absolutely superb. Got around the pitch good. He made a great tackle in the second half from Umbremo to make it go out for a goal kick. I thought he was absolutely flawless. Flawless tonight. Can't question it enough. And when he got injured, I shit myself a little bit. I thought, oh no, he's down, right? He needs to keep him fit. I'm going to talk a bit about Kante. What a unit that kid is. Fuck me, I want to see more of Kante, mate. He looks like a geezer that you bring on. He looks like a doorman down in London, mate. Like, you ain't getting in. And that is what Kante is at the minute. He looks like a fucking powerhouse unit. Imagine having Magassa and Kante together. Do you know what I mean? In the future. That's what I'm talking about. And this is what I need hope with West Ham. One thing I need with West Ham right now is hope. I need to believe that West Ham want to stay in this league. Tonight, I saw that they want to stay in this league, and they was fighting for absolute fucking everything tonight. And I can't be any more pleased for the whole team, even for the whole fan base, really, because we need this, right? We need to stay in this league. This is a matter of urgency now, because them up in Yorkshire, they're fucking up for it. They are up for the challenge, right? We are up for the fucking challenge tonight. And not many people are going to go to Old Trafford and get wins and points and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Other teams have gone there and failed. We went there tonight and we got something out of that game. It's all about Sunday now. We just got to build on Sunday and make sure that this feel-good vibe around the gaff stays as it is. Because I just thought it was a very professional performance tonight. Let's get to this comment. I thought we deserved something from it. Just got to sort out the switching off. We will be good and have to start winning. As for the kids coming on, what a shift they put in. Exactly what we need. Completely agree. Completely agree on that comment. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's doing their part tonight. Do you know what I mean? I was getting a bit pissed off with Nuno. Right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was getting a bit pissed off with him because we're 1-0 down. He's just sitting. He's standing there and he's umming and ahhing what to do. Right? And at one stage, Kante and Irving weren't coming on, and they go and sit down, and then they come on. The moment they come on, we score. So, like, you can't question it any other way at the minute. So, you know, it's good stuff. We saw tonight, we desperately need a striker in January. Wilson needs help. Yeah, listen, we all need to sort of we need to get to January being as close to Leeds United as humanly possible. Do you know what I mean? But tonight's a start. That's a start tonight. The one thing I'm seeing with West Ham are a bit like bipolar. 1 minute they look half decent, like tonight. Sunday they look shit. Like we just can't get the balance right at the minute. But I think the midfield is sorted. I think Magassa and Potts as a two-man pivot, fucking very good, extremely good. I think both of them boys are there, right? We've just got to get Somerville back, and we've got to get some pace in our side in January. And I'm going to say it, Sullivan's going to have to go out and spend some fucking money. Simple as that. And he needs to spend it early in the January window, not late. It has to be now, right? I mean, because there's big games in that January. There's Nottingham Forest, there's Sunderland at home. There's another game against Spurs. We've got Spurs away. We need to he needs to bring players in, but Magassa, absolute superb. Let's get to this one. James, do you think without Paqueta we move it faster in midfield? I just think we look more balanced. Like tonight, right? Listen, the midfield three or the midfield two, right? Because it was a two-man midfield. I don't know why Souček was playing right wing. If someone can tell me the reasons why Thomas Souček's playing right wing, I'd love to hear it. That's on Nuno. No one else. That's on Nuno. I thought Diouf was lackluster in the first half, better in the second half, but lackluster in the first. But I think we're starting to build it up a little bit. But we need people to start banging the goals in. Bowen tonight, and someone said in my chat, I said, "What do you think of Bowen tonight?" I thought Bowen was just okay. Like towards the end of the game, he was making runs and little things like that. Made a great chance at the end. And really, this is where we do need a centre forward. Right, if we had someone who could actually get in there at the end, we win that game 2-1. One thing I am going to say about West Ham, since Nuno has come in, is that we're not giving up the fight. Like we go 1-0 down, right? We're fighting all the way to the end. That's twice, no, it's about 3 times so far in the Nuno where we've gone. It's actually more than 3 times, sorry. Everton, 1-0 down, 1-0. Tonight, 1-0 down, 1-0. Newcastle, 1-0 down. Burnley, 1-0 down. We've managed to turn the whole, we managed to turn games around. It's when pricks decide to get sent off. That's when the problem arises. Do you know what I'm saying? Harry's having his say. Paqueta needs to fucking gone. Thank you for the £2, Harry. Harry Elves. You know what I mean? Hope you're busy this year, mate. Hope you're busy. Weirdly, we got better. 1-0 down. I think they understand that they're in a relegation dogfight. And I think what it is for me is I personally think the penny's starting to drop in the West Ham fan base that we could go down this year. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas some people have just brushed it aside and gone, nah, we won't go down. We'll be fine. Very arrogant sort of attitude. My attitude is I've seen West Ham play a lot better and still go down. I remember in 2003 when we played a lot better. We had literally in the second half of the season, we had Champions League form and we end up going down under Trevor Brooking and obviously under Roda. So West Ham can go down from playing really, really well. Tonight, it's about that 2-man for me. Potts and Magassa, them two together, we've got a chance. We've got a chance. Them two are fucking mint. I mean, literally, Casemiro, Bruno, all them players, fucking Potts was everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And Magassa scores the goal. And I even said it, and I'm going to clip it up because it's going to be epic. I am going to clip it up, my reaction to Magassa's goal, because I'm watching him all throughout that game. I was like, if he scores a goal, he's getting a 10 tonight on the player ratings. And I can safely say it right now, that kid gets a 10 out of 10 performance. Like, there is not one thing he done wrong in the whole game. Not one. He was literally a flawless performance from a player that, when he come in, was raw. He was raw at Everton away. He was making fouls, a bit clumsy. Tonight, he reminded me of someone we used to have. He reminded me a bit of Rice, if I'm being honest. And people might go, oh, you're going over the top. He fucking broke everything up. He like the runs that he was making through the lines, mate, was something fucking like poetic. So let's hope we got it. Mark, are you coming on or not, mate? 'Cause you said you was coming on. Also, absolute two toddlers in Potts and Magassa just pocketed Bruno and Casemiro. Such a good performance from two young raw talents. That's exactly that. My main gripe is with the manager. He plays the badge and not the current form. Them and the Scousers were there to be beaten. Frustrating. Do you know what? The Scousers, yes, I completely agree with you. I think we let ourselves down in that game. I don't think tonight we let ourselves down. It's a point gained for me. Now, this is what I'm going to say, right? And this is what I mean by a good point. When we played Bournemouth the other week, that's not a good point for me. That's 2 points dropped. Tonight is a good point because we go 1-0 down in this game. We come back and we could have won this fucking game. Like another 5-10 minutes. Like we could have got that second goal. Tonight it's a point earned, and it's a point that makes us closer to Leeds, right? And as I always say, I've looked at this from afar, right? I've strategized out how I think it's going to go. It's us against Leeds, right? Fulham, Nottingham Forest will go clear. Burnley will not have enough, and it's going to be us and Leeds all the way to the end. Yeah, if we can get to Leeds last game of the season, then so be it. The Bowling Lounge, hope you're well, mate. Tony Andrews says he's happy with a 1-1. Completely agree with you, mate. I really do. Wilson, 10 out of 10. I don't know about that one, but it is what it is. Let's get to this one. This is huge confidence boost from both of them. Absolute boss in the midfield at Old Trafford. It's a big deal. I just thought they was excellent. I thought they was absolutely great. I thought Man United tonight, yeah, and I'm going to say this, right? When Heaven got booked in the first 10 minutes of the game, West Ham should have been running all over him. But what Manchester United done in the first half, they done it fucking well. Every time West Ham had the ball, they made sure everyone was out the way, and it was either Shaw or Maswari who was going to get to the player. Do you know what I mean? And Heaven was never one-on-one with a player at any moment. We needed to get him booked and sent off again. Do you know what I'm saying? But it just wasn't to be. But I'm happy. I'm really over the moon with that. Obviously, we need to build on that. I'm not going to get carried away. It's only a point, but it's a point gained at Old Trafford, which is our place to go. And obviously, Sunday comes up. If West Ham can go to Brighton on Sunday, get some fucking players back into these ranks, yeah, and prepare for and chuck everything at Brighton. We might be all right. We might be okay, right? But we've got to get level with Leeds as fast as we can. And what it is, come January the 1st, and I can't stress this enough, if we're level with Leeds, we're staying up. It's as simple as that. If we are level with Leeds, we will be fine. We've just got to not be too far behind. That's as simple as that. Yeah, we can't be like goal difference has to be better, and obviously points. If we can get level on points with them, right, we will stay up. Mark my words. Fucking clip me, 100%. And I will have money on that. If we are level with Leeds, that's it. It's good. It's good. All right, we'll be fine. Great point today. Love the press today. Full commitment today. Today. Love it, Osborne. Today. So there you go. Let's get to Lincoln. Shout out to you, mate. My guy. Hope you're well. James, you legend. Come on, you fucking irons. Magassa in beast mode. Right, I'll bring Mark on in a minute. I'm going to run through a few more of these comments. James, great point. We've had a few seriously good young players, 2 good signings. We'll stay up. I'm not going to count my chickens before we can hatch, but it is what it is. Right, let's sort this out before Marky Mark comes on. Bish bash bosh. What we got here? Where are we? There, and let's bring him in.
Hello, mate.
Mark, what you saying, mate? Talk to me about that tonight, man.
Well, it's a bit of an improvement, isn't it? We're getting better on a roll, mate. We're getting better each week. That's the way I look at it. There's a bit more. We started off a bit like, he's trying to improve the defence at the start when he's come in. And we did sort of fuck all going forward. And I think everyone was a bit concerned. And I do think we are a bit negative still. But you can't argue with points. He's rolling at a point a game, which with the squad we've got and people getting sent off stupidly and some of the injuries and stuff like that we've had as well. Like, if you think about it, if you put Somerville into that team tonight, we probably would have won the game.
Yeah.
And I know he's hit and miss and his end product needs to improve, but mate, he's just speed getting up the pitch. If you got at them a little bit more, I think we could have won the game. So it's an interesting one for me. I genuinely think I'm kind of with you. We've got to be within 4 to 5 points come Jan. I reckon 4 to 5 points. If any more than 5 points, we're fucked. But
Yeah.
I actually genuinely think I look at games like Brighton now and suddenly think we might actually win. And that sounds ridiculous. We've got nothing to lose going there. We played like a team tonight that didn't necessarily have anything to lose, even though we have. We've got our
True.
status to lose, but we're playing like a team that's going there, like fighting for every ball. Magassa looks like he's actually got into a bit of a stride now as well, which I think is really, really important. Because obviously when he come in, a few people saying he's bang average, and I saw some people on Twitter like going at it too early, and we are a little bit guilty of that sometimes. I don't know about you, but like you can't judge a player when he's not played enough games in the Premier League to be judged. And tonight you can see why we've signed him at the very
Yeah.
least. Even if you want to be negative, you can see why we've signed him. So yeah, I'm well pleased with that result, man.
Listen, I think Magassa was always going to come good at some point. Tonight, he come fucking very good tonight. Like the whole overall performance from him tonight was fucking electric.
It was
I mean,
second
like,
balls though. Do you know what I mean? If you watched us under Potter, like every time the ball broke down, we were nowhere near it. Like under
yeah.
Nuno, we look like when there's a breakdown, one of our players might get first to the ball. And like in Magassa, I think we've got somebody like he seems to be there every time the ball's breaking down. That's a good habit to have.
Do you know what? Right, there's so many good performances because he was excellent tonight. Aaron Wan-Bissaka tonight needs to be
Yeah, mate.
mentioned. I
Yeah.
thought he was like if I'm giving Magassa a 10, fuck me. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's getting a 9.996 or
He could have been sent off at the end though. He was quite lucky there, but yeah, it was
he
so
was
committed from him, wasn't it?
yeah, but he was absolutely mustard, mate. I mean, like, fuck me, like the best performance, like the clearance in the first half, the tackle when they was in,
Yeah.
the header away from the set piece. I mean, everything he done tonight, other than what the bit at the end, which you can sort of forgive him for. I thought he was good tonight. I thought Tadibo was good tonight. Also,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
like what you saying about them two?
Well, Tadibo, I was one of the ones who I was saying a long time ago, he will come good, he will come good. I got absolutely slated, I think about 2.5 months ago when he had a really bad game for saying he's not a bad defender. I know he wasn't heading the ball particularly well, but you could tell he's got something about him. Because I
Yeah,
think he had a game, I don't know when it was, you might remember, we had a game either at the end of last season or at the beginning of this, where he was like a semi-man of the match performance and he was seeing everything out and doing quite well. But what I like about him is he looks physical now. It's like Nuno's come in and said, I don't know what the last two managers have told you, mate, but you are allowed to fucking kick someone. You are allowed to push people. You're a centre back, and
yeah,
that's important. Like I think it just lost he's reached down and found his cojones a little bit because he's a talent. He's very good on the ball for a centre back. Very good on the ball. Again, you don't fuck around with El Rondos for Barcelona in training every day and not be good. So yeah, we just need to see a bit more of that determination from him.
yeah. What do you make of Nuno tonight?
Do you know what? I feel like we're going to do the cliche until he actually gets some of his own fucking players in. He's dealing with a mishmash of three managers' players. Let's not cut it up any other way. So
Right,
until he forms a team, you're stuck with a half-fit Callum Wilson up front. You've got Fulkrug who doesn't want to be there, and even if he does want to be there, is shit, quite frankly. And then you've got Paqueta, who clearly wants to leave.
right.
So, do you know, like, the end of last season, I actually felt a little bit like it was really difficult because we had a lot of players that were going to go. There was fouls. There were players that were going to go. You knew that a certain amount of the squad weren't going to be there next season. We're still in not even just a transition. Like there's a lot of players who
Yeah,
in 6 months, a year, 18 months are going to be memories for us. So until some of them get cleared out, like I reckon we're 3 signings away from being able to judge Nuno properly. But he's negative. But what's he got to play with, really?
the only thing I will say is that tonight he makes the subs eventually, which was all right, which I couldn't believe when them boys turned around. And I am going to clip that up. I know I don't know it on the watch along. Right, anyone who was on the watch along earlier, I literally fucking went mad when them boys turned around and went back and sat in the chair because I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I was happy with Irvin sitting down, but not so much Kante.
Yeah,
But I was happy
yeah.
to see Irvin sitting back
I
down.
was like, what is going on here? Yeah. But the problem is with Nuno is that sometimes I think he's got to go for the throat against teams. Yeah. And I think Brighton is the perfect opportunity. Like, listen, we don't win there. Let's go there to win. Do you know what I mean? And like,
What does that? What does that? All right, question for you then. What does that mean? What does going there
it,
and trying to win look like?
well,
What's your team then?
basically, there's two mentalities, right, with West Ham. Sometimes West Ham go to these places and try and win the game, right?
Yeah.
Other times West Ham go to these places and try not to lose the game. I need West Ham to be more looking to win games rather than trying not to lose them. Do you know what I mean? We need points, and the thing is, as long as we are close to Leeds, then great, then great. That's all we've got to do is just maintain this against Leeds.
I know they've had a
And
couple of good performances, but I still think they're really shit though, Leeds. Like Tanaka, obviously that was a good goal he scored, right? And Chelsea,
yeah,
what they found is a Chelsea team that are basically all young and are going to win 5 games and then lose one when they shouldn't. So that's all that was. That was just their game. That could have been anyone. That could have been literally anyone. That could have been us. Like we played them early in the season, but if they come to us now and had an off game, we could beat them as well. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't really read too much into that one with Leeds, but like I think what's bad is Forest beating Wolves didn't do us any favours because the Wolves pick up 3 points there. It's almost like inconsequential because they're 5 points. You know what I mean? We ain't looking down there. So I think that didn't really help us. But other than that,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you change it on Sunday and bring Lucas Paqueta in?
I think the question's not Paqueta, the question's Somerville. Honestly, do you drop Souček? Because I got to ask you a question. For the first 60 minutes today, did you see Thomas Souček touch a ball that didn't end up 15 yards in the air?
I don't understand, but that's not on Souček. And
no, I'm not saying it is.
Yeah,
but he's not Cam, is he? Do you know what I'm saying? Any Cam?
Yeah, but he was playing on the right today. Yeah, and I noticed what they was doing. They was going long, direct, aiming for him so he can head the ball on to Bowen and Wilson to pick up. Well, Bowen was playing like an attacking sort of 10 today. Yeah, which didn't make no sense. The issue is Thomas Souček's not a right-sided attacker. Yeah, that's the problem. But what do you do if Somerville's fit? Right, I think. No, I'll tell you what. I think if Somerville's fit, you leave him on the bench. You use him like you used him against Nottingham Forest, right? And you bring him on for the last 15 minutes of the game when Brighton are tired, and then attack that way.
Potentially, for me though, I'd play him off the left and I'd play Fernandes as a 10. I think we haven't found the best out of Fernandes because we've used him like a utility player so far, and he hasn't found his position in the team yet. And when Paqueta leaves, which inevitably he will, unless we were to sign a number 10, I think Matheus Fernandes would end up being that 10.
But Mark, what do you do with Paqueta?
Sell him.
No, I mean for Sunday.
Just leave him on the bench. You've got a red card through petulance. Like, let's just get a few things straight. When he plays for Brazil, he don't do that shit. And when he was in for a move somewhere, he weren't doing that. Like, I think somebody said he was liking up a load of Flamengo's fucking posts or whatever the night before he plays for us when they won something or won their game. Yeah. And it's like he obviously wants to leave. So, do you know, sometimes people do things out of obligation. Like he was obviously like happy that we stuck by him after everything that happened. But you don't really have a choice but to be happy that we stuck by him. Like he's just for PR purposes. You can't fuck over the club that kept stuck by you.
Let me ask the chat, right? Anyone in the chat, just go. It's either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Like, does Paqueta start next game? Thumbs up, he does. Thumbs down, he doesn't. For me, he doesn't. Like, I think West Ham go with the same back four as tonight, the same midfield two, like pivot. I think the only one that has to come out is Souček, but the problem is who do you take Souček out for? That's the problem. Do you know what I mean?
I just don't think Paqueta has afforded the fucking luxury of being considered like a must-play player now, to be honest. I think he's dining out on the memory of a through ball like 3 years ago. And I've said for a long time, mate, the concept of Lucas Paqueta is better than the fucking player. I've said it for a long time, and I'm bored of watching him. And you know what made him special? He used to be like an 8 who was robust and liked to tackle. Anytime anyone comes near him now, he's just on the ground. Like, and West Ham fans criticise Fulcrook for that, but Paqueta gets a pass because of one through ball. Like, it is the same thing. Like, you've got to call it what it is. Every time anyone comes near him, he's rolling around. So, you know, and if his mental health's that bad, take him out of the limelight for a little bit.
Yeah, I think you have to. I think tonight proved something to me that there is life after Lucas Paqueta. When people keep going, no, you got to play him, he's this, he's that, then people need to just like take up golf. Do you know what I'm saying? There is life after Lucas Paqueta. We've seen it tonight. The one issue that we've got that we all know about that we can't change till January is the attacking third. Yeah. One thing we've got to do is we've got to keep these players fit, and somehow grind our way through. I'll tell you what, one thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to say this quite openly right now, David Sullivan, right, needs to fucking seriously sort himself out in the January window.
No, I think he's got a choice, though. Again, he's got an asset underneath him. He's trying to...
Yeah, but what it is, Mark, when I say that, he stuck us in this situation, that fucking geriatric cunt. He has, because he has put in players, he's put in a squad that isn't fit enough to last like the duration. And I don't look at Nuno at what you said just a minute ago. Nuno needs players, right? And you're right. We all know that we need players. Do you know what I mean? The problem is, are we going to have enough time, right, from now to then? If we play like that from now to the end of the season, we'll be fine. The issue is Sullivan's going to have to sort himself out in January and sign some fucking players, and he's going to have to invest in this club, and that is the only worry I've got is that. That's the only worry I've got. Will he go out and make sure?
Do you not
that
think
West
from
Ham
some of the
stay
meetings
up?
that took place at the end of the window from the other shareholders and people that were involved, like that he ain't really got a choice now? Like there are other people with a financial stake in the club. Like we're not just going to.
The issue is,
see
mate.
that go.
I say this all the time. I don't trust this geriatric prick as far as I can throw him. And nothing would surprise me if he goes out and loans a couple of players and that's it. It wouldn't surprise me.
We've still got the money. If you think we've got the money from the sale of a gird, which we didn't use, so that's sat there. That was all additional funds. We were told that was all this. That's 19, 20 mil, whatever that was. That's ready, right? Probably you'd get somewhere in the region of still 10 mil for Ward-Prowse. I still think a club will come in for him. I know we don't like him, but other clubs, Southampton, have him back all day and making their club captain within 6 months. So that's a potential one. Fulkrug's going to go. And you'll still get 10, 15 million for him just from dining out. For
it's not so much that, Mark. It's not so much these players going. It's the time that they go. Because there's no point having these players here and then they go on January the 30th.
Yeah, but do you not think they've already lined up? There's been a lot more talk about some of them, again, not necessarily from outlets that are led by Sullivan, but there's been a lot more talk of them players getting shifted at now because they're trying to make moves. I think this manager's a bit more brutal. I think he's got a bit more of a game plan. Well,
let's put it this way. Right, it'd be the first time ever that Sullivan's worked early in the window. It will, because I can't remember a time. And if anyone can correct me in the chat, correct me, please do.
When was the last time we were in a relegation scrap though?
2020.
So that's accentuating circumstances. So you'd have to look at when we signed people in 2020 and how early it was.
Well, we signed Bowen and Souček, right? But we found Souček out in fucking Czechoslovakia, right? And Bowen
I'll have a look if you want. Let me have a look. I'll try and find out now. Yeah.
But the thing is, right? Just to say this, like, there has to be an element of quality coming in January to help us get out of this situation. Like, the problem is these players are going to be hard to shift. Like Fulkrug, right, he's going to be a hard nut to shift, right?
That's not a good sign, is it? That's not a good sign. Thomas Souček, 29th of January. Jared Bowen, 31st.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the only thing that I'm concerned about, right? If West Ham can get level 1 points with them come January the 1st, I will go to the fucking bookmakers and I'll be having a large punt on West Ham staying up. The issue is Sullivan now, right? The attention will soon turn to Sullivan and say, right, I need you to have signings in place on January the 1st. Or not even January the 1st, right? I'm going to be realistic. Yeah, you've got January the 3rd, which is Wolves away. After that game, you've got an FA Cup game. That is your time to go out and sign a couple of players. Use the FA Cup game as a game to bring them in, bed them in, whatever. And then the next game after that, I believe, is Nottingham Forest at the LS.
What year did the transfer window come in January? What year was it?
Oh, fuck me. No idea, Mark.
Was it a long time ago, though?
Well, yeah.
I don't know some foreboding signs, but let's go back to 2016. 2016, we signed Sam Byram on the 20th of January and Emmanuel Emenike on the 31st of January on loan, right? So that's not a good start, is it? Right, it's 2016. 2017, we've got the 20th of January, Jose Font. So another great, these are truly astronomical signing that we had. Nathan Holland in from Everton on an undisclosed fee, and then we signed Robert Snodgrass from Hull for 10.2 million, right? And that was on January 27th. So that's 2017. It's not really.
It's always late with Sullivan.
2018, João Mario from Inter on loan. So again, none of these are good because there are two things common here. There's a common theme: one cheap deal, one loan. Right, so there's two things there, and then Jordan Hugill on 31st of January, another Class A signing, Jordan Hugill.
And do you know what you just said there is absolutely spot on, because I think Traore will be the cheap deal, and then he will loan a player or two, And
We
that'd
did
be
sign
it.
a player. Oh, hold up. In 2019, we did sign a player on the 1st of January, and it was Sami Nasri on a free.
You know,
so,
mate.
and then we waited 29 days to sign Mesake Jew on a free from Benfica. And honestly, I think I remember his name, but he obviously never kicked a ball for us because I just don't even comprehend or remember him playing football for us. So then we're into 2020, and we've got Darren Randolph on the 15th of Jan, and then the Souček and Bowen deals in the last 2 days of the window. 2021. Frederick Alves from Silkeborg on the 2nd of Jan. Another early signing, but absolutely who the fuck is that? Did he ever play? Did he ever play
Danish.
for us? Jesse Lingard and Saeed Benrahma both on the same day on the 29th of January.
29th,
So
mate.
this is not good. 2022, we didn't actually sign a player in January. We didn't actually sign a player in January. I don't know if that was just COVID related or whatever things going on. Then you've got 2023, Luis Zhao from Sao Paulo on undisclosed fee on the 1st of January, which obviously just agreed in some money laundering deal for a Brazilian to come and play for our under 21s. And then the mighty Danny Ings on the 20th of January. And then 2024, just completely off. Calvin Phillips was our only signing in the 26th of January. And again, that's another brilliant January sign. I've just listed 8 years, and so far we haven't found a single January sign that
Do you know what? Right, if you want to have a punt on
Bowen and Souček.
When West Ham are going to sign a player, back it from the 20th of January onwards.
And then last year we signed Evan Ferguson on the 3rd of February on loan in like some sort of after the window. I think it went on to the 2nd, but we signed him in like the after the window loan period. But other than Bowen and Souček, not a single signing since 2016 that come in for West Ham has been remotely effective on any level.
And early. That's the problem.
Well, none of them have been early, but the two that were effective both signed on the same day, right at the end of a window, and we just uncovered 2 fucking gems. So we're looking for either a gem or Nuno to break David Sullivan into actually doing something in the first 10 days of the window.
Yeah, that's true. I know what the bowling man is saying there. Harsh, can't say Lingard wasn't a success. He was a success, mate, but he wasn't even ours. Do you know what I mean? And
I'm talking about success in terms of owning a player as well, not somebody who played 6 months for us and then used it to go and get a fucking better contract. Because I don't consider that. Like, he did do well for us for 6 months, but he can go fuck himself, basically.
Yeah, we don't like Lingard on E20 Zone TV. Mark, any final words on tonight for you before I let you go?
Well, I know we've just listed 8 years of unsuccessful signings, so we've got into a bit of a statistical one there, but positive, right? We fought for a point. We look like we actually are going to fight to the like you said, we're going to go down scrapping if we are going to go down.
Yeah.
I think we are going to be within 4 or 5 points come Jan 1st, and if we are, I do think we'll stay up. And I just think mainly, not so much because I think we'll sign people early as the fucking numbers indicate, but mainly because I think our fixtures in early Jan are slightly better. And I think once we get beyond Man City, I think the home game against City is like the peak of this sort of shit run of fixtures. You've got Fulham and Brighton at home. You go and bag 6 points there, and Leeds and Burnley don't, or Nottingham Forest don't. It's a massive turnaround in 2 or 3 games. So I think what we shouldn't do is when Leeds win, we shouldn't all suddenly think we're going down. And when we win 1 game, we shouldn't think we're suddenly staying up, because there's a long fucking way to go, but we're scrapping. And I believe we can fucking stay up, which I've got to say a month ago, I probably didn't.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. Right, Mark, I'll see you later on, mate.
Awesome, brother. Take it easy, mate.
Peace. That's been Mark. He's give you full statistics there of basically players coming in the January window. So anywhere from the 20th of January to the back end of the window, that's when West Ham are going to be working. My final thought is this: excellent point at Old Trafford. Right, the Cockney Reds are all travelling down tonight from Manchester back down to Essex and London and Surrey. Gutted that West Ham went there and got a point. But I'll tell you what, I'm fucking over the moon. Standout performances tonight from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Magassa, absolute man the match performance, Freddie Potts, and I'm going to shout out the crackhead, Todibo. I call him a crackhead. He comes back and he's a class act now. He doesn't do anything wrong and he's pretty much on point every single time. So it's a point gained. And that is a definition of a good point, ladies and gentlemen. When you are chasing a game and you nick a result right at the end, which we thoroughly deserved, that's a good point. Not when you're 2-0 up and you give it away at the end. That's not a good point. So we've got to get the context right here on E20 Zone TV. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Hit the notification bell. I am going to go and do a space and then I'm going to record the player ratings late into the night, and then I will see you again on Sunday. Brighton away. Let's do it again. Take it easy. Peace. West Ham United. Thank you very much.